Hey, this is Milz from America, and we are back with another interview. I think this is my 13th interview in 9 days. It has been worth it. I've learned a lot. And for today's guest, who is.
Atrox from the UK.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Let's go.
Okay. Ish. All right. So, first question I started asking people about 7 people back is the meaning behind your stage name.
All right. So this is quite interesting because there's a character in the game called Atrox with 2 A's in League of Legends. So what I decided to do was just take away the 1 A from the character, and it became Atrox.
Okay. Now, as I understand it, I think you've actually had some other names. So I think, speaking of video games, which I know you're really good at, there's one specific. Yeah, there was one specific video game. I think you actually had another name, or you were thinking about changing your name back. And if you want to clarify that.
Oh yeah. So I also play competitive games, which I have to have another name for. Which sometimes I change my Discord name when I'm playing with friends, so they know it's me. Because if I would have my name as H, they would be like, "Who is that?"
Yeah, that's the same thing. Why I always try to stay consistent with my screen names. So my Instagram and my Discord are both MILZ_505. Okay. All right. Yeah. Moving along. A non-beatbox background about yourself. Ooh. However you feel comfortable.
All right. So my real name is Casper. I'm from the UK, 16. I was born on 24th December. I just finished high school.
Christmas Eve.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's funny. At first, when you said Casper, I'm thinking, ice in
my All right. So, yeah. I just finished high school because of Corona, so we couldn't really have exams, which I'm lucky because I would have failed anyways.
Come on, man. Have some faith in yourself.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so in the UK, now it sounds like you might actually live in Scotland, or maybe you're from Scotland. I mean, I'm not the absolute expert at accents, but I kind of hear a little flavor of the Scottish a bit.
Oh yeah, so I was actually born in Poland, but then moved to the UK. Because we moved to the UK because my parents have work there, so we had to stay there.
Yeah, because I always thought that the Polish accent was more like an Eastern European accent, because I was born in Serbia, but I came here when I was 1, so I mean I don't have that accent. But yeah, I mean for most Polish people, they have an accent that's similar to kind of like Russian, Latvian, Serbian. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Your solo beatbox background.
All right. So, the first video I actually stopped by was, I think, Karine FX versus Caleb Simmons. It was King of the Dot Entertainment. It was back in the days. So after that, I searched up Karine FX and then started watching him. And then I found out that he was a judge in the GPB. So I started watching that and then started getting into the solo beatboxing. And yeah, I actually was I started getting into beatboxing in 2017 because I thought it was too hard learning all those patterns and combinations. But yeah.
Yeah, especially it's really interesting interviewing mostly new school beatboxers, but then for some of the old school beatboxers, like Roxer Loops told me how when he started, there wasn't all these advanced patterns, and YouTube wasn't really a thing, especially in 2003. YouTube wasn't invented until 2005. I think Facebook also started in around 2005. But anyway, I mean, yeah, it's just wasn't as technical back then, but now I kind of feel sorry for when people decide that they don't want to do loop, they want to do solos, because then they hear all these crazy sounds going on, and it's man. I mean,
all the solo is upon your loop, so if you are better at solos, you have a better chance at loop station.
Yes, I agree. Basics. Getting, the B's, the T's, the K's. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So as I understand, you have a big background in organizing and hosting, whether Discord servers, whether it's Instagram battles. So if you want to kind of like pick apart one by one.
So I actually got hosting from Bebox community because I saw them hosting. It was back in 2017 or 2018. That's when I started my first server. And basically, I wanted to be like them. And so I started hosting my own events. And yeah, it kind of grew from there.
Nice. So what is the name of your current server/servers?
So right now it's called Beatbox Reserve. We're almost at 200 members. Woof woof. Hopefully it grows from there.
All right. Maybe I'll put a link in the description, or if you could actually send it to me, like a Discord
Yeah, for sure.
discord.gg/whatever, and I'll try to put it in there. Excellent.
For sure.
Okay. So that was your organizing. Now, what about hosting events?
So like hosting events, well, I've been hosting since 2017 ever. I saw like hosting on Bebox community, which was called Bebox Talk. But like I recently quit hosting for like 2 months because like soon I'll be going to college and then like I won't have any time to like host. So like yes, I've been hosting since like 2017 to 2020, and like, it's been a lot. It definitely has taught me how to host, how to be better, and yeah, it definitely has like given me confidence in like hosting in front of like big crowds.
Yeah, I mean, you have to start small. It doesn't matter whether you're on the performing end, you're on the judging end, the hosting end. So yeah, much respect to all that. Okay, moving along. What is your solo beatbox style, or are you just kind of like experimenting?
Well, I think it's kind of everything. Whatever I find out I can do, I just do it. To be honest, so it's like random.
Okay, so you're saying like we're like one routine would be a house, the other might be kind
Yeah,
of like a slower BPM, and the next
yeah,
one
yeah,
after that could be like a much faster drum and bass.
yeah. Basically like that.
Excellent. And I think do you have your own YouTube channel where you upload things?
I'm thinking of doing like freestyles every week or something like that.
Okay, so as with all of my interviewees, we talked about your past, which informed your present, and now it's time to ask you about your future. So whether it's more solo beatboxing, whether it's just, I'm assuming in terms of the Discord server, I assume it's just building more members, doing more tournaments. So if you want to just talk about your overall future.
So my future on like hosting, I'll probably go to like live hosting events soon, but I'll just need to build up my confidence more to like even host. Because if you mess up one thing, you mess up the entire thing. Because it's like live, so you can't like redo it.
But to be fair, though, aren't we all allowed to make mistakes? Like I'm pretty sure Scott Jackson 10 years ago wasn't the greatest host, and he didn't know people, and he probably made mistakes and whatnot. So
Kettle 9 egg beatbox.
the harem, the kettle, and the eggs. Do you want that
Yes.
egg fried or over easy? I remember when I posted that meme a long time ago. The harem, the kettle, and the Hungarian egg from Budapest, Hungary. Anyway, yeah, without getting too much about Scott Jackson, that's impressive how he's learned how to say 3, 2, 1 in like 29 different languages.
Yeah, probably practice that when he was going to sleep.
Yeah, crazy. Oh, okay. All right. Last two segments for all of my interviewees. You can do this in any order that you want. Drop a beat if you want, and any last shoutouts.
All right, shout outs. Shout out to you, of course, for setting this up. Shout out to Nafis. I've known him the longest on Discord. And also shout out to Tables for being here. And yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I tell people in not just every single thumbnail, but in also every YouTube title, wear headphones, because there are very many low and especially the sub low frequencies that if you couldn't hear them, you wouldn't have enjoyed that quite as much.
Yes.
Yeah. Big
Yeah,
gulp.
definitely.
Big gulp.
Big gulp. Big gulp.
And for those who don't understand why we keep saying big gulp, I think it was back. I think it was Clockworks' interview. I think that that we explained how up turned into op thanks to Frosty and Epos from a very long time ago. So yeah. Okay. All right. Well, this is Milz from America, and today we got done interviewing
Atrox.
Yeah. All right. Ish.